Hey YouTube, I'm here with Stevie Funford, Steven Lukacic, and we are on Lake Nipissing. We're fishing with Lake Nipissing Ice Fishing Charters in one of their sweet condos.
So like one of the nicest ice fishing shacks I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just FYI, look at this place. Sleeps 8. It's got a full kitchen. Yeah. It's got its own bathroom.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah. Ready to rock. Holes. You can basically fish from your bed. So we are trying to catch ling, but we're also going to try and catch some walleye. Based on common wisdom out there, we tried to pick up some glow-in-the-dark type lures to entice those ling in. And we're also, did you hide those 2 cans of beer on me?
No, I put them up here.
Oh,
in the food area, but I'll bring them over
kitchen, propane stove. We're going to try out some craft beers too. So
Bear Runner.
A North Bay experience. There's some Bear Runner Blondes from the New Ontario Brewing Company. Oh. And we're making fish tacos.
So Jer brought these beautiful ling fillets, the very fish that we're targeting once the sun goes down.
Yep.
So fish tacos, I brought venison plus steak. So we're doing the taco trifecta, the taco triumvirate. Yes. But for now, we're gonna get on the walleye bite while the sun's going down.
Yeah.
Slash perch, slash pike, whatever comes our way. We're not too picky.
So I broke into your rod locker here.
Yeah, it is open. Yeah, get in there.
I'm gonna rig up for walleyes. So this is like a double princess trip for me because ever since Steve started guiding, I just use all of his nice gear. And we're in this really sweet ice bungalow, so it's like a double whammy.
Ice bungalow too.
Yeah, just living it up, living the dream.
So this guy was cruising up around 10 feet. That's interesting. And I marked him, and I brought a bait up there, and sure enough, look who's there! Look at that pig, man!
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There he is, just over.
Just over. Look at that. He's 1/6. Let me just check. Oh no, he's about a half inch over. He's got to go back. Thank you, sir. I like what you're doing. I like the cut of your jib, son.
Yeah.
Send your younger brother by a half inch.
You ready to try a local beer?
Yeah. Sure am. There's a bear shit in the woods. Can I say that?
I don't know if you can. It's a Bear Runner Blonde Ale.
Well, then he obviously
so it's probably an appropriate reference. I don't know.
I think it's pretty appropriate. Wouldn't you say?
Cheers on your nice fish.
Yeah, that was a nice one, huh? Not too often you get to like put one back. You know, that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy to do it
like that. Just gonna get bigger. That's refreshing.
Oh man, that's exactly hitting the spot, man. It's warm in here.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's nice.
This in the summer.
I cut my head off here, but here I am, we'll slouch.
Just chilling, man. Yeah. Anyway, cheers. I'm getting back on it.
Get me. Let's catch some more fish. I'm gonna rig one up for burbot. So these jig heads, they're glow in the dark. I had those sitting up by the light because they're very kindly running a generator for us, so we have beautiful light.
Yeah, they brought us out a giant. It's nice, and I brought some rods just for this. So check it out. I strung up because I am like, as I don't know how many of you know me from other videos with Jared, but I do guiding out of Halliburton Forest, and it's mostly like small trouty type stuff. So I don't have a lot of heavy duty tackle, but what I did string up are 2. I haven't seen too many people do this, but I do this a lot with heavier stuff. I use these for bigger lakers or burbot or anything like big pikes or whatever. I string up full on like summer bait casters for that. And now these have braids on, which you really kind of don't want to use a lot in the winter. They freeze up, they hold a lot of water, etc. But since we're indoors, and I knew we were going to be indoors, I grabbed these 2 bait casters, and they each have, I think, 20 to, one has 20, one has 30 pound braid on there, and I put a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader on there. So check this out. We've got some fairly heavy-duty tackle on the end. I don't know if you can see that. And then there's a 3-foot fluorocarbon leader there. That's really just for this burbot mission, man. So grab one, get it down. Oh, I've got a fish over there. I gotta go. But anyway, this is probably what we're gonna use for our burbot rigs.
There. So this is a heavy glow-in-the-dark one. I'm just gonna keep pounding it on the bottom. And I'm gonna rig this guy up with
a bunch of minnows, a bunch of dead ones.
yeah.
With burbot, the whole thing is like as much stink as you can get on there.
Ew, I think I just got the stink on my fingers too, though.
Oh no, my fingers have been stinky since we got here, and I love it.
So, just gonna hook these guys right through the gill plates, so it's hopefully they just stay on there.
Do you want me to cut you a bait button out of
And away we
soft
go.
plastic? Oh, I have those glow things, dude. I'm gonna set you up with those glow wings.
Oh,
they get charging.
Okay.
It'll be extra glow for your stink. Plus, it'll keep your bait on there good. Check these things out. I just discovered these. I don't know if you guys out there know these, but these are made by a company called Meigs, and they're glow-in-the-dark fins. Check this out. They're little fins that you put on. Now, these have been sitting under a light. They should be charged up. And what it is just like a little soft plastic little arm thing. And bait buttons are really handy for this kind of rig. So they sell commercial bait buttons that it's like a little soft plastic button that goes on the end of the hook like this and keeps your bait on. But any old little thing like that over the shank of the hook, as long as you get it past the barb, it really helps to keep your bait on. Now, you don't have to buy a commercial thing like that. If you have, for example, like I'll show you, let me pull out of my bag. If you have plastic worms, for example, if you use any kind of soft plastic, just chop them into little buttons, and that'll keep your bait on there a good long time, much longer than it ever will just jigging a rig like that without it.
Nice. Dropped this down the hole. It's got a lot of weight. I think that's gonna sink pretty quick, and then it's gonna be good for bouncing off the bottom.
Good for smashing.
Yeah.
Nothing I like more than a good old-fashioned smash. So check this out. I got this sweet freaking Olight that was given to me by one Wildcrafter, Jeremy, courtesy of Olight, and I'm using it. Now this has been sitting under an LED light for quite a bit though. I'm using it just to mega charge up this little button, this little glow button, and this 3/4 ounce Swedish pimple. This is the biggest size that I've ever even seen, but it does have glow paint on it, and I think this is going to be a great burbot bait to smash into the sand on the bottom here in 30 feet of water. It'll get down there quick and hopefully glow and pull in those burbs. Because I'm about to start cooking dinner, and I'm going to leave this guy all by his lonesome down there. I'm going to smash it a bunch of times, and I'm going to start cooking, right? So I want a good frickin' charge on this bad boy.
There we are, a pan full of onions and some nice grass-fed butter. Look at all the fixings for those fish tacos.
So check out this chipotle meat right here, right? That's chipotle chili. Just getting frickin' done up in some garlic and butter. Those are pretty much done actually. I just wanted to toss them in the chipotle. And now, those are coming out. Check this out. We're going over here. I don't know if you've been in here yet, Jeremy, but look at these sauteed peppers and onions. Look at this. I got arugula, lettuce, fresh cilantro, some limes. I got some freaking habanero sauce, and right now, beer battered Ling. What? That's beer right there. I got some homegrown batter, homemade batter. Excuse me. Where can I dump this? Right here.
That juice, yep.
Okay, there goes the beer. That's not juice. That's sweet, delicious bear runner in there. Okay. So check this out. I made this from home. This is my standard. It's about, actually, I haven't mixed it yet. I just threw it in. It's about 50% panko, 50% just standard all-purpose organic flour. Okay, and those guys, that beer is enough binder. Forget binders, okay? Don't let anybody tell you to put egg wash and all this nonsense, okay? You don't need it. Watch this. Check this out. So there's a bunch of that. There's a bunch of beer on there. There's a bunch of Ling in there. That's not good enough for you. Come on. That's perfect, man. So let me go get some butter up to temp. And these guys are going in, and it's taco time, bro. Chipotle fish nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, Ling nuggets. So I did the meat first, so that they've got a little browning on them, but that's just extra flavor, my friend. I didn't think it through. I should have done it the other way around. You know, these first, then the meat. But you know what? I'm not overly concerned about it. It looks very tasty, which is really the main thing.
I'm not concerned about it at all.
No. If I hadn't pointed it out, I don't think anyone would have even noticed. But I've just, I'm try to do my best here at all times. That's all. Okay, so that's off. Now what we're talking about is making tacos. It's just like we're there. We're in that moment, bro. Nice. Let's hear that sweet sound. Oh, yes.
Yep. Now it's an ASMR video.
Right. Cheers. Oh, I guess you gotta pour one.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, I'm gonna wait for you.
Okay.
Man, it smells good. It smells fruity.
Yeah, it does.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's got
It's almost like a pineapple thing or something.
I thought it had like a pretty lemony kind of a taste.
Yeah, it's just fruity, man. It's nice. This, I want to get into this while it's hot, though. I'm very, very excited about that.
Cheers.
Recheers. There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right.
So, you know what
Okay, I can see my rods.
Yeah, I can see mine. I got eyes on it.
Yeah.
That minnow there is really going. There's something hanging around there making that minnow nervous, and that makes me happy. But I got to keep an eye on it. Here's what I didn't do, though. Is, let's just use our hands like savages, man.
Savages.
Yeah, I got these tongs here we could use for serving things. But we got the meats, we got the ling, we got all this stuff. I'm starting with a little bed of lettuce and arugula.
Okay.
I like that idea.
This reminds me of our Kippawa trip.
Yeah, we had really good fish tacos in Kippawa.
Yeah.
Bunch of fresh cilantro, my friend. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
We should duplicate that trip, but then
I'm starting
some lake trout that we can keep.
I know that was the difficulty at Kippawa, is just getting one in the slot, man. So I'm starting with the ling here. I'm going full ling. I'm not even caring. Okay, like this. I'm gonna get a little insta pick too for my peoples. Yeah, like that. That's a nice little start, I think.
You got a few peoples on the Insta, eh?
Got a few peoples on there. I got some. Let's just use our hands like savages, man.
Well, that's what you said, so that's what I did.
I know. I grabbed the tongs and then I regretted it immediately.
Even though we are
a book of savageness. Look at that. I'm even grabbing like freaking sautéed onions with my hands.
What's wrong with you?
Well,
nothing.
Savage time. That's what.
Here, you can
Thank you, sir.
get a little bit less savage by keeping
Onion. You know what I like on a nice fish taco is a nice squeeze of freaking sweet lime. Mm-hmm.
What I remember about the Kippawa trip too is you just about killed me with some of this stuff.
Yeah. So I'm going habanero. I'm doing that, but you don't have to. It's not a requirement. Also, if you're into meat, there's already some chipotle in that.
Oh yeah.
So it's not gonna have like a big kick, but you'll feel it. Look at that. How about some of that? Oh, I want even more.
Oh, I remember that you almost killed yourself with it.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I'm having flashbacks.
I love the taste of it is the problem.
Big line of green. Line of
Where's
lime green.
Oh, that's good, man. I like that. I can't wait to get that in me, but I want to take a quick little snap from my people.
Roll it, grab it, fold it. Here we go. Thanks for cooking.
Yeah, man. That's how I roll, man. That's what I like. Good? Yeah. Too spicy? Or is it okay?
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's just like a nice little bit of heat from that chipotle.
I'll try one of these Ling nuggets.
Yeah. Fucking up here. Hold on.
That's yummy too.
There we go. Yeah, it's good. It's a little tough, but it's there's ways to do that. A lot of people soak these in milk overnight or beer or whatever, but we just didn't have time, you know. Next time I think I will do that. People boil it in 7-Up and stuff to make it sweet like lobster. It's crazy. It's almost like a lobster taco. Like it has that crustacean-y firmness, you know. That was good, man. That was really good. Oh, cilantro kicking through. That's a lot of habanero. But it's so tasty. I'll take it.
Burns.
Alright.
Yeah, this is a sweet setup if you wanted to bring a whole family out.
Yeah.
Or a bunch of dudes or a bunch of couples or whatever.
While Bill was saying, a lot of times they come out and they bring all the kids and stuff, and kids can double up in here. You can have 10 kids in here if you wanted to. Like this comfortably, I would say sleeps 8, like adults. So if it was like mom and dad and like a bunch of kids, it would be totally cool. This is huge. What do you say, 12 by 24? It's a 12 by 24 ice hut with a full kitchen and a bathroom. It's a big deal. It's one of the bigger ones I've seen.
Yeah. It's past midnight.
Stab that.
I'll show you what I did to prep for while I'm sleeping. I'm still going to keep on fishing. So
That's awesome.
every hole in the hut has a couple of screws with some line wrapped around it and has basically a dangler. So I ran the line through and then down into the hole. I just have a jig head and a minnow, and then hopefully they wake up to that.
That's the sound you want to hear.
Yeah. Well, there's the crack of dawn, folks. Nice colors on the horizon. At 4 in the morning, I thought I heard this little bell go, and my eyes were so tired they were like glued shut, and I got one eye open, and then it was like, come on, other eye. And then I got my other eye open, and then I was trying to figure out like if it was for real or if it was my line or your line, and then there was nothing, and then I fell back to sleep. So that was that.
I had a lot of little wake ups. I didn't hear anything.
No. Let's get some fish on the line.
Yeah, let's get some freaking coffee in the cup.
Yeah, and let's get some coffee in the cup.
We're melting snow
Wait,
here.
yeah, this is Danger Bay when you're
Yeah.
out at a fishing hut, because you gotta find some nice snow that's not yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I found some good snow. Sun's gonna come up pretty soon. Look at, I'll zoom in here. There's a big line of huts over there. Look at all those guys.
Little darling, here comes the sun, and I sing, it's alright. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Some of my own 2019 maple syrup.
Nice.
Some Halliburton Gold here. Martha's cream. We got some intel from the outfitter about a couple of humps that are out underwater there, obviously a little bit away from the hut, so we're going to try our luck there as well. Get some outdoor exposure. We've been in here like princesses. So Steve's just jamming in a couple of holes, and we'll set up a few lines there and try our luck there as well. You marking some fish?
Yeah, I've got one coming right up. I'm right under the ice, and I've got one kind of coming up from deep. Try and walk quiet because he's right under.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, spending a little bit of time out on the ice really makes you appreciate being inside here. A little cold on the hands. -20 with the wind chill, I think, so pretty chilly out there. Anyway, we're wrapping up, so I'll be out again. Oh, we're wrapping up and I'm fogging up, so I better call it there. Catch you on the next one.